The next speaker. The next time you have an obstacle, I want you to see yourself on the other side of it. And I want you to see yourself doing your EVP talk, in other words, just like her, that's going to come on stage, and you're going to share the obstacle that you overcame. So the next time you see an obstacle, you're going to see yourself as an excuse buster. You're going to see yourself on the other side of that obstacle. Does that make sense? And looking back and describing to someone, in fact, being on a stage just like this, describing how you overcame it. Because there are so many people, when you think about it, they overcame an obstacle. They didn't know when they were on this side of it what they were going to do. But they made a decision they were not going to be stopped by it. Unstoppable is accepting no excuses. And if we develop this mindset, a solution mindset, then we're going to do that. And that's what I believe Brianna Mueller is going to do for you. So I want you to see, I want you to get up on your feet, because think about this. She had a child, pregnancy and a child while going EVP. They have a farm that she gets up at 5 a.m. in the morning. She has children. She has a husband. She has animals. She has a husband she's looked after. And she makes all of it look so easy. And guys, every single month, she was on the leaderboard for customer recruitment or for leadership recruitment. She has led by example. So let's get on our feet like it was you that just went EVP. Let's bring up on stage.
Said, my name is Brianna Mueller. I come from North Dakota. It is not colder there during the summer. It's really hot during the summer and really, really, really cold during the winter. And I, like we said, am a mom of two. I have a feral 2-year-old farm child that I'm constantly chasing around. And recently, I've been doing that while having my 5-week-old strapped to me. So you may have seen us here today. I live on 11 acres with my husband. I work full-time in agricultural education and FFA, so I'm a state supervisor. I oversee over 100 teachers, run all of our state FFA events, and then do Bravenly as well. And so to say I'm busy is an understatement. And so today I'm hoping I can give you some tips to build through the busy, because most of you in here would probably agree you're busy as well. The people you're talking to are busy as well. Most of the people we're talking to, that's probably their number one objection, right? I don't have time. I'm a busy mom. I work full time. All of us are busy in our own ways and in our own capacity. And so, number one, I want to talk to you about the fact, are you busy or are you distracted? I want you to take an audit of your time. And here's the thing, I work a normal 9 to 5. It's actually not. I work typically like 50-hour weeks. And so there I have to meet with my boss. I have to look at my goals, decide if I hit them or not. But I need you to look at your goals today. I need you to take an audit of how you've been showing up to your job here at Bravenly. Are you scrolling Instagram Reels, trying to find that magical inspiration that's going to make you go viral and everyone will follow you and everyone will be your customer and your brand partner? Are you making the perfect Canva graphic, your perfect font, your perfect colors, because if you have just the most beautiful Instagram story, everyone will sign up? Are you opening the TikTok app? I don't know about you, I cannot get in and out of TikTok in less than an hour. So I had to delete it completely off my phone. That is a scroll of doom. Before you start any of those things that do not make you money, you need to do the income producing activities. And maybe you've heard this before. Do the IPAs, do the income producing activities. And you might ask, what is that? I just keep hearing it. What are you talking about? I like to think of it as a funnel. At the top of your funnel is every human being you know. Everyone you've talked to, everyone you've met in real life or on social media. Then we get to the connecting phase of our funnel, right? So the people we're talking to, the people we're building relationships with, the people that we are nurturing and talking to and caring about. Then we lower our funnel, right? And we are asking people, we're reaching out to people, hey, can you take a look at Bravenly? Do you want to take a look at Bravenly? Look at the products or the business, okay? Then hopefully we move them through the funnel and they become a customer or brand partner with us. And if they become a customer, they better move to your next funnel, which is for becoming a brand partner. And you're gonna nurture them, you're gonna ask them about being a brand partner, and hopefully they exit that funnel as a brand partner, okay? I'm gonna give you permission today to do something that most of you probably have never had permission to do before. And that is to say no. Most of us in this room are here because we wanna make an impact. Most of us in here are servant leaders who want to be active members of our church, active members in our community and our schools and all of that. But I'm giving you permission to say no to the things that are no longer serving your family and your goals, and that may be the thing blocking you from having enough time to go even further. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to serve, it's bad to volunteer. What I'm saying is you may have to say no now, so you have a whole lot of yes later. There's a lot in my life I have had to say no to that would have been really fun to do, but I knew if I gave it up now, I'm gonna say yes to things that many other people will never, ever have the opportunity to do in their life. Number two, this may come to a gut punch, but I'm someone who loves truth love, not hard love, or tough love, but truth love. Is your desire to change your life greater than your desire to stay the same? I was at a retreat in January, and it was the first time I really got to sit down and meet Aspen, talk with Aspen, and she kind of gave her presentation, and she said this quote that changed the entire trajectory of my business. She said it takes the same amount of work to get to the top. It just depends on how fast you want to go. Now, if you know anything about me, I'm a little competitive. I take everything as a challenge, and I said, our CEO is telling me that I have to go as fast as possible. So I'm getting in the vehicle, pedal to the metal, let's go, let's do everything possible. It takes the same amount of invites, takes the same amount of connections, takes the same amount of work. So I'm gonna shorten my time so that I have the benefits for the longest amount on the end. I don't wanna stay stuck. That takes sacrifice, okay? We live on a farm, we lamb out about 50 sheep a year, and that means we are up at 5 a.m. to do chores. We don't go to bed till about 10 p.m., and then we're up at midnight to do lamb checks. And so it takes sacrifice, it takes hard work. There's a lot of nights that you maybe don't sleep as much as you want, but we're not building the average thing, right? The average people maybe can get 8 hours of sleep, but if you want something extraordinary, you have to do extraordinary things. It might be early mornings, it might be late nights. I started my career as a teacher. I was in the classroom for 4 years, and I can count on one hand the amount of time that I ate lunch in the break room. Those 30 minutes were sacred. Now I work from home, and I still get 30 minutes, but sometimes there's a lot of distractions. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, and you're like, I don't even get 2 minutes to go to the bathroom by myself. And I utilize that working time, that 30 minutes, to build my business for 4 years while I was in the classroom, and I still use it to jump on Zooms to answer my team to be with them. So I want to talk about how important it is to have a routine and micro moments. You're saying, great, Brianna, this is all great, but give me the actual tangible things I can take home. Because you have to take every opportunity you have. And I recently heard, as I was prepping for this, a new word that I never came across. It was called micro moments. Everyone talks about pockets of time. Pockets of time might be 15, 30 minutes that you can work, but some of us don't even have 15 minutes to plug in. So utilize those micro moments. You might be stopped by a train, throw your car in park, send some voice messages. You might be running to the bathroom. You can bet that I'm in the bathroom responding to messages, responding to my team. You might have 20 minutes after bedtime. Whatever it is you have to take every opportunity you have to fill in the gaps. Consistency will beat intensity every single time. You've heard it over and over again, consistency or playing the long game, the long-term vision. So many people quit before this can even pay off for them. The work you do today, you probably will not see results for until 30 to 60 to 90 days down the road. So when you're sitting at home 3 months from now and you're wondering why your business isn't where you want it to be, it's probably because you went home and you didn't take these steps that everyone has given you and put them into place. One thing that has really helped me is setting my invitations first, my reach outs, whatever you call them. So I'm gonna walk you through what kind of a day looks like. Is I wake up and the first thing I do, I do my Bible study and all that and take care of the kids. But before I start my actual job, is I send my reach outs. How many of you guys in here reach outs are the last thing on your list? Like you avoid them like the plague. It's okay. That was me. Until actually about a few months ago, I would not do my reach outs. They were the last thing on the checklist. And how many times you go to bed and they don't get done? Because they were the last on your list. Imagine what your business could look like if your reach outs happened first. Because I will tell you the most important thing you can do in this business is have conversations with people. Ask them to look at Bravenly. Okay? Even your top leaders you see on stage, I have no one banging down my door to be a brand partner. I have no one coming to me asking to be on our team. I'm going out and starting that conversation. So I do invites first thing before I start any other tasks. Then over my lunch break, I'm connecting with people, I'm looking at stories and responding to people. I'm building relationships in the inbox, right? Hey Sally, I saw your family was in Kansas City last week. I'm going there. Where should we go to eat? Hey, I just saw you had your second kid. Me too. How are you surviving? Okay, it's simple. We have to build relationships with people because we have to have that trust with them that they want to know what we're doing, they trust what we're saying, and then they may become a customer or brand partner. And you have to work in those systems and lists. Then I end my day doing the adding new people, cleaning out my inbox, that kind of stuff. And it's that simple. So create a routine. If you're very busy, what does your checklist look like? What does your schedule look like? Or you could do time blocking like someone talked about today too, right? But you have to utilize every single moment you have. And I want you, those of you who are writing things down, I want you to write the excuse that's been standing in your way of building this business. What is the thing that is stopping you, the thing that makes it difficult to move forward? Now I want that excuse to become your why. So you heard earlier that I had a baby, I work full time, all that. So the first week of June, so imagine this, the first week of June is my busiest week of work. It's like our Super Bowl. We bring 2,000 people to town, we put on 30 different events, it's our State FFA convention. I'm out of pocket. I am working from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. for 7 days in a row. I couldn't be there for my team, I couldn't do a lot of things. I couldn't work my business, okay? But I had a team that I've brought up in leadership and they've been able to step in when I was gone so our team didn't lose momentum. Okay, on June 11th, I had my second child. On June 30th, we locked in Executive Vice President. And it's because I had a choice. My son was born and I had a choice. I looked at him and I thought, I can either go back to work, and summer's our busiest, and I'm gonna miss 4 weeks every summer with my kids. I'm gonna miss taking them to swim lessons. I'm not gonna be the parent who can be there, right? My schedule is very strict. We have a long-term calendar, and if I can't be at an event, there is no like, well, maybe I can miss it, or maybe I can use PTO. And I said, that'll not be me. Growing up, my parents came to one sporting event a year, or they couldn't come to many things because they were working. And I watched every other kid have parents who were there every single game. Their parents would drive hours to be there. And I saw my parents at one. And I said, that will never be my kids. Mom and dad will always be there. And so I put my pedal to the floor and I said, this is our month. And so you have to let that excuse become your reason why. And your excuse might be, my spouse doesn't support me. Guys, my husband did not get on board with any network marketing. I've been in the industry for 6 years. He didn't truly get on board till last month because he realized what I was doing was not just playing on my phone. You bring in an executive vice president paycheck, and the text I got was, I guess I'm a gold digger now. So this is my to you is I want you to get to work. So many of us are gonna walk out these doors and they're gonna feel this fire and they're like, man, I'm gonna double my business and I'm gonna walk into conference as X rank. But a lot of us won't take the action it takes to get there. You need to get to work. You need to stop Zooming. You need to stop watching all the trainings. You need to stop looking at what your upline, your downline, your sidelines are doing. You need to get into activity. You need to connect with people and add new people. You need to reach out. You need to follow up, and you need to nurture people. God cannot bless action that you do not take. And there are people out there who need this. There are people in this room whose lives have been saved and changed because of the product we have in our hands. And it's our duty, our God-given mission, to go out there and help others. Busy is not a barrier. Busy is your battlefield, and I challenge you to get to work. Thank you.